Hi everyone, Jess here. I hope you're well. Welcome. If you are new, this is your weekly collective intuitive Reiki healing. This is for the 22nd to the 28th of July. I was about to say June. Interesting. This this whole first half of the year has been a lot, right? So I don't know what time is. So for those of you who are new, welcome. For those of you who are back, welcome back. I'm so glad that you found previous healing supportive. The way this works for my newbies is for my weeklies, I pull 3 tarot cards. It sets the tone for the healing. And then I give about a 10-minute or so Reiki healing, and intuitive messages come up in the process. I want right off the bat to apologize as well. I lost the cover of my microphone. I'm testing out whether or not the audio is the same. I really hope it's good for you guys. We will see. Thanks for your understanding with tech glitches, especially for someone who is nomadic and can misplace things or lose things all the time. So guys, I set the tone for the healing. I give about a 10-minute or so healing. And for those of you who are new to Reiki, it's a harmonious energy healing modality that will never deplete. It will never cause harm. It has nothing to do with my energy at all. I'm just a conduit. It does have to do with your willingness to collaborate with the energy. And really all that means is just to be willing. You're not working. A lot of this healing is happening in our subconscious, that 95% of us that we're completely unaware of. And so there's trust and faith to be had in that. However, it does not mean that you won't receive conscious sensations, possible tinglies, epiphanies, emotional releases. Maybe you'll feel a little bit more at peace, a little more relaxed. Maybe you'll feel a huge download come through. Whatever is meant for you is meant for you. Now, I always say if you feel the call to come back to these healings, do, because it's so powerful that it can be done from a distance. But these pre-recorded videos are even more of a gem, in my opinion, because you can come back and receive another level or another layer to the healing. Maybe pick up on a message that you didn't receive the first time. So if you do feel that call, my guides, your guides are always saying, don't forget to tell them that, that you have this. Whenever you find it is when you're meant to. But again, if you feel called to come back again, maybe you're meant to. Okay. So guys, before I pull, how are we feeling? We just came off of our very powerful and intense full moon in Capricorn. This was our second full moon in Capricorn. And it was a doozy. It was so powerful. I feel it shifting deep ancestral healing. I'm feeling it shift family paradigms. I'm feeling it shift people's life purposes. It's very much, a time where it's like whatever you've been holding on to that you need to release, like now's the time, baby. Like now's the time that you need to let it go. And that could be something 3D, external, a job, a relationship, what have you, but it could also, be a limiting belief, something that's held you back for years and years and years, or a behavior pattern, like I always did it this way. And clearly that hasn't served me because I've been doing it this way a long time. It hasn't been helping, right? If you've been following me a while, a lot of that has been more on the internal in our healings, a lot of like internal radical shifts going on. So tell me how you're feeling. Tell me how you're feeling post full moon Capricorn. Remember that on top of it, we have massive solar flares coming in. I know I always need a reminder of those, that they are really shifting our body. I don't know about you guys, this will be my last thing before I pull, but around this full moon in Capricorn, what I felt was that there is becoming a clearer and bigger divide between the groups of people who've done deep spiritual work or deep work just to know thyself, right? to work on your reactivity, your defensiveness, your, what have you. And then there's another divide of that, of the people who haven't done the work. And unfortunately, I see that population, we're all struggling, right, in some way. But I see that population quite literally not able to handle things. I'm seeing an uptick in mental illness. I'm seeing an uptick in um, uh, escapism, addiction, things like that. So I know I'm getting on my soapbox, start the healing, but I just wanted to bring that up because clearly it was supposed to come through. So, guys, let's pull 3 cards for you for this week for the collective. 3 cards, please. July 22nd to the 28th. Three cards to support the collective's healing. July 22nd to the 28th. We've got 1 so far. 2 more cards, please. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, gosh, this is so interesting that I just brought up divide. I have a feeling that this is going to be one where a lot of threads come through, guys. So if you've been following me a while, the messages start coming through really quickly. So I'm just going to show you the cards. We're going to prep for Reiki, get into our healing mode. So if I didn't mention before, I'm pulling from the Shadowscapes Tarot deck. We have the 3 of Wands. We have the 2 of Swords. And we have the 2 of Cups. I felt a lot off that 2 of Swords. Sorry. I take big breaths. I move things through my body if you're new. I took a glimpse at the bottom of the deck and we have the Ace of Swords. There is a deep truth that's being revealed and we're going to get there. Let's prep for Reiki. So guys, I never say, get into a meditative state. I don't want you working, right? I want you to just really be present with yourself and that meditative state will naturally come to you. So instead of thinking I want to get up into my upper chakras right now, I say tap down into your body, become present, take a big breath, notice where you are, and we're going to take a moment and thank the Reiki for all the healing that's about to take place for the collective. So the divide I was talking about, it's causing confusion for some of you. Perhaps you have people in your life that are kind of causing you to kind of bounce back and forth and question yourself. Remember, it's all coming down to your own internal truth here. So just allow yourself to really be present right now and use that as a practice on how you want to continue to be present as we move forward. Okay. Clearly, a lot of big things happening in the world right now, a lot of big announcements. Another thing about this truth is that more and more truths are going to be brought to light in the astrology, and it's just furtherly confirmed. My words are a little weird today. With what my spirit team is telling me, what your spirit team is telling me. And we've had a few messages as of late to not give in to distraction. I believe that the distractions are going to get louder for a bit, probably the rest of the year, if not longer. And if you start to see more and more big world events or news or whatever, notice what really stirs the collective up initially. And when that happens, I invite you to tap into yourself and to really critically think and go, is this something that I want to be putting my energy towards? Is it possibly a distraction that's taking me away from being higher towards source and connected to healthy conscious living, right? Like, I don't know why all these questions are coming up. I mean, I do. But we're getting on the macro a bit with the messages right now. I think we're going to be coming into micro pretty soon though, because like I said, a lot of threads. I'm feeling like a lot of relationships are shifting right now, and I'm not just talking about intimate or romantic partnerships. I'm seeing friendships, family dynamics, work relationships, what have you. I'm seeing the two extremes of some of them falling away because they really need to, some quite abruptly, and some are really deepening into a beautiful soul connection, and that's why, yeah, the extreme, that's the word that's coming up, because really what's happening is those relationships that are deepening are just like, oh my gosh, like this is profound. I'm so grateful for this. And the ones that are falling away, again, it's that other extreme of like, possibly I thought this person was going to be in my life for the rest of my life, or, you know, try not to sit into analysis for too long. If I'm feeling a lot of that in my heart chakra, we're going to tap into your chakras in a second. If if you have any type of relationship that is just kind of naturally fizzing away, I would say allow it to. Know that everything is temporary. Every relationship in our life is temporary. We are the only person that we're going to walk with our entire life. Some things are fizzling away. I'm saying the weirdest words today. Some we need space, right? Sometimes we need distance created. Now, I'm picking up on a really big like ambiguity message here with the Three of Wands. Three of Wands is, when we embody like the light of the Three of Wands, it's like, I don't know what's next, but I trust. I trust that whatever's coming to me is going to be beautiful and meant for me, but she does not know what that next step will bring, right? At the edge of that bridge. I'm feeling that you're being encouraged to continue to go into the trust and the faith, but I am feeling that a lot of you are kind of sitting in this like, oh my God, I don't know what's next, and the world is insane. If you're here, you are going to be perpetuating that fear, anxiety, frustration, impatience, worry, whatever emotion hit your body there when I said it. If you continue to focus on it. And I'm not saying spiritual bypass. I'm not saying, la di da, everything's, sunshine and roses. Not at all. I'm saying that we have an immense power in choosing our state of being. And I'm not saying it's easy. But the more that we come into our internal world and go, you know what, it doesn't matter what's going on around me, I have internal peace. I know who I am. That is honestly one of the big, big, big messages that I'm getting for you guys. As long as you know who you are, no one can sway that. Get out of the divided of two minds mentality. Don't allow certain relationships to tell you who you are. And those ones that are deepening, allow them to hold space for you when they see the real you and they go, wow, I see you. And that's beautiful. And I love you. And that's amazing, right? Again, any kind of relationship. Okay. Now, lots coming through. Let's tap in with the chakras. Of course, our crown is buzzing. We all have had such surges coming in with these solar flares. Yeah, heart chakra today, you guys. Yeah, ambiguity, the unknown leading from love. I'm going to just say those again in case those resonate with anyone. Ambiguity, Okay. And they said just say leading with love. Yeah. I know we've had such big themes for really the past year about our authenticity. And I know we've been doing so much work on that. The more we're like, this is who I am, take me or leave me, right? And it's not in a way of like, well, screw you if you don't like me. It's like, no, like, let's have fun together. This is who I am. Hopefully you embrace me. If not, that's cool too. Maybe we're not supposed to be in aligned partnership or friendship or, work co-workership. um yeah, because I'm picking up on some need to radically accept some circumstances as well, guys. And this full moon, it really was, and we're still in that post shadow period, so you can still really work with this. It's not like it's too late. There aren't huge timelines on astrology. It's energy, right? It's fluid. It's beautiful that way. And you get to collaborate with it. But this full moon is this beautiful reminder to go, hey, that thing you've been holding on to for a long time, now's the time. Now's the time to let it go. It could just be a way that you're looking at yourself. It could be something as little as, I mean, not that this is little, but like your spending habits, or the way that you wind down for bed at night and wake yourself up in the morning, right? Are there certain things that you've just gotten so used to, but they're not serving you anymore? Yeah. And then it could go deep, 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 deep. It could be about self love. It could be, now's the time to get out of shame. Shame does not help anyone, not one person. I will talk about shame all the time. I will get on my soapbox because the work that I do is all about self love. And shame is that only thing, kind of like negative thought pattern, that does not have an antidote really, except for gratitude. Gratitude's what pulls us out of there. But there's nothing about shame where we can go, oh, well, what they're saying is kind of true. No, it's going into self-hate. It's not helpful. Not helpful at all. If you guys are interested in hearing more of my thoughts on that, or if that's speaking to you and you're like, okay, yeah, I would like to shift that and, work on that, check out my short online program called The Shift. We talk a lot about shame there. Okay. Anything else? Yeah, a lot of macro here. Now, some of you quite literally have either ended a relationship or are thinking of it. You're very confused about it. You don't know what would come if that was the case. Some of you are even starting a new relationship and are feeling confused about it as well. We don't want to be hurt again. A lot of relationship stuff coming up here. But I'm really sensing, again, I want to bring back the collective divide that I was talking about, um, just on an energetic macro level. Really ask yourself, like, what work have you done for yourself in the past year? When you strip away all of the outside influence, what people tell you, your experience, whatever, when it's just you and God or the universe or the divine spiritual team, angels, whatever, when you bring yourself back to that, what is your truth? This totally disappears because there will be no confusion. When you know your true self, there is no confusion. So maybe a question for some of you to ask is, where is the confusion coming from? Is it coming from the news? Is it coming from, a more macro external source like that? Is it coming from um, just like the astrology coming in and you're sensitive to the energies and so you don't quite know what's what, and we just need to be patient and going, oh, okay, let me just integrate this and be kind to myself and gentle, right? Um, hmm. Is it a specific person in your life that is causing you to question yourself? Is it is it a certain person in your life that's quite literally distracting you from what you need to do, from what's helping you to elevate more post full moon? I told you there's a lot. A lot of threads coming in. I'd like to just take a moment with the heart chakra, guys. Bring your focus into your heart center, because whatever these things are definitely heart oriented. And I think that's why we got that message in the beginning of leading from love, whether it's relationships towards yourself. Whatever is distracting you and causing confusion is directly affecting the state of your heart chakra. It might be a loss and we're feeling grief. It might be that your higher self and your 3D self are kind of battling a bit. Maybe your 3D self is trying to put on some armor for protection and your higher self is like, no, open. So we're feeling some resistance there. Let's take a big deep breath into the heart. Mm. Okay, some of you, not all of you, are allowing it to kind of release a bit, and it might feel just a little uncomfortable. Just breathe into that for a second. I'm feeling like a knot where it's like it's all right. Some of you, it's okay if you have a little bit of an emotional release right now. Maybe we need to shed a little bit of tears. That's just for some of you, though. I do not want to guide your process. I'm just allowing the open door and the safe container in space for you to let out whatever needs to be let out here. Some of you, it might benefit you just to give yourself a hug, a nice tight squeeze. Or you could bring your hand to your heart and just, tap in for a second. Say, what do you have to tell me? Okay. All right. For some of you, that was just like a little bit of a reminder to be there for yourself. For some of you, you might have a little emotional release, like maybe even over the next day or two. Just be really gentle with yourself, nourish yourself. Do what will make you feel comforted in those moments, okay? I think a big message on this, guys, especially with all the relationship stuff coming up, is knowing that while having amazing, powerful, profound relationships in your life is comforting in itself, um, I believe that a good amount of you, the thing that we need to release is the idea that we need the external validation or the external comfort in order to feel whole. Consider those things amazing perks in life, but that foundational line is coming back to your truth and finding that same love within the self. I'm picking up on self love here for a lot of you as well. Yeah, they just reminded me, for those of you who feel like you're questioning yourself around a specific person or workplace or whatever, anything that causes you to question who you are, I would really recommend to look at that closely and just to find that truth about that. Why am I constantly questioning my decisions? And is it because of them, or is it because I need to work on something, or is it both, right? Everyone has a different complex situation, layers to peel away on the onion, right? Guys, this one was like jam packed. I'm telling you, this full moon energy is nuts. Plus, we have a lot of work going on, through Mars and Neptune and Saturn's in retrograde. And we just, yeah, lots of transformative as well as emotional energy. And when I say that, it's not just, we're just going to cry all the time for months and months. Some of you might need some emotional releases, but honestly, guys, a lot of it is you learning to have a more intimate relationship with your own emotions, to be able to feel something in your body and your heart and go, I see that, I feel that, and I know exactly what it is. Rather than, oh my gosh, I feel this really uncomfortable thing. Let me go and distract myself so that I don't feel that anymore. Or maybe the opposite. Let me like dig and dig and dig and dig and analyze and analyze and analyze. And then we're just like feeling absolutely crazy. So, which story is yours? Yeah, let me know in the comments. Let's take a final breath in together, okay, guys? I'm going to keep in with that heart chakra. So, a nice green. I love that we have the green plants around me. You could even just focus on those. We're going to relax our body, breathe in, hold at the top, and feel the green come into our system, okay? Let's exhale, get all the air out. Slow inhale in through the nose. Hold at the top, feel the green coming in through your crown, and it's filling up every square inch of your being. Feel it fill up all the blood cells. It's vibrating, moving a little bit faster, clearing out debris. Yeah, have it come to the heart chakra and bring in warmth and care, as if there's a big hug coming into any sort of resistance here. And let's exhale, pushing out what doesn't serve us. Whew, heart chakra. Really interesting. Sometimes we get continuations from last week, right? Last week was like very fiery. I really liked hearing all of your thought processes about that one. This one's a little bit different. This one's very layered, very complex. I would love to know how this resonates for you guys. Please let me know in the comments. We're going to take a moment and lock your energy up nice and tight into your solar plexus. We're never putting on armor. We're never guarding. We're saying what's mine is mine, and what does not serve me, kindly stay out. Whew, guys, thank you for being here with me. I'm going to keep on pulling on my outro because I just feel like that heart chakra is releasing just a bit more for some of you. I hope you'll like the video. And if you haven't joined our community yet, please subscribe. And speaking of communities, I have started my memberships. I hope you'll join me. This will be an even more intimate community. So these extra healings, extended healings, astrology chats, energy check-ins, I'm going to be tapping into just my members. So it's going to be a smaller group. It will most likely resonate strongly with you because I won't be tapping into so many different energies. So I hope you'll join me on that, guys. And I know some have been having a hard time finding it. If you go to the channel and you go across those tabs where it's videos, shorts, posts, memberships will be all the way on the end, and you can just tap or click on that depending on what device you're on. All right. If you want any more information about my one-on-one work, it's down below, from my one-on-one immersions, life coaching, self-love, and spiritual guidance. Where we're feeling stuck in our life, I am here for you, and I bring in all of my different skill sets, whether that's energy work or needing some meditation breathwork practice. Sometimes I bring in my mindful movement and my fitness background. And then a lot of reframing work, a lot of like neurolinguistic programming, whatever you're called to. That's my one-on-one work. You can just book with me for an energy healing as well, pre-recorded or live. I also have a Reiki training coming up, level 1 and 2, at the end of August. The registration deadline is August 9th, and I love virtual students. take a look down below as well on my website to find the info on that, and let me know if you have any questions. Guys, I hope you'll share this healing with someone who you think it will support. And lastly, for those of you who've been sending in donations, I just appreciate you so much. If you have the means and you found this supportive, the links for that are down below, and you can also leave a super thanks in the comments. Guys, I hope that you do well this week. I hope you're kind to yourself. Be patient, allow these strong energies to integrate into your system, and don't be a stranger. Leave me a comment. Let's see how we're all feeling. Send each other love, okay? I love you guys, and I will see you next time.